Hey, it's me, Shane. Now that June is here, we're starting to get into summer. Especially here in Texas, I can tell it's starting to get hotter and hotter and more humid, and I'm just coming back sweatier and sweatier every time I go outside. Sun's going down a lot later, kids are out of school, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to talk about some of my favorite movies that represent summer to me. I think a movie can feel like summer for a variety of reasons. Obviously, the number one is its setting. Sometimes it'll flat out say it's summer or set on a holiday like the 4th of July. Number one example of this type of summer movie, and the movie I'm sure most people would think of when listing out summer movies, is Jaws. The movie takes place entirely on the beach or on the water over the 4th of July weekend. You feel like you're on the water with the crew of the Orca as they're hunting down the giant shark. It's become a tradition for me to watch this every 4th of July weekend, if not at least a couple times over the summer. That's not to mention it's basically created the idea of the big summer blockbuster that we're so accustomed to now. Jurassic Park also gives me the summer vibes for the same reason. It feels like the ultimate big summer blockbuster. Most of it takes place in a hot tropical destination where everyone is just covered in sweat for the entire movie. And to me, that's basically what summer is, just long periods of being in the heat, covered in sweat. Usually there's a lot less dinosaurs though. Speaking of hot and sweaty, this heat is the major aspect of Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. You can feel the temperature coming off the screen at certain points in this movie, and it actually has importance to the plot. It's set on the hottest day of the year in Brooklyn, and as the temperature increases, so does the racial tensions in this neighborhood, until eventually everything boils over in a climax that sadly just becomes more and more relevant as time goes on. Going back to summer blockbusters, Independence Day and Top Gun also fall into this category for me. When I think of big, specifically American blockbusters, those feel like pretty classic examples. The patriotic angle plays a part in this as well. Obviously, in America, 4th of July is the central event of summer, like Christmas is for winter. So pretty much any movie that has strong American vibes will feel a little summery, especially when the movie is literally set on Independence Day.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Top Gun also has the infamous volleyball scene, which you can't deny gives major summer vibes, which applies to Top Gun Maverick as well. Grown-ups could fit into this too. It's not like it's a masterclass in comedy or anything, but I still always have a good time putting it on every summer. It's a great example of a movie that just oozes summer vibes, even if it's not the best written or performed. I mean, it's basically just Adam Sandler having a 4th of July vacation with his buddies, and it's a fun escape for a couple of hours. But the fondest memories I have of summer were when I was a kid on summer vacation. When the last day of school let out, you knew you had about 3 months to cram in as much fun as you could before it was back to studies. Especially when you're really young, before you have to worry about stuff like a job or thinking about college. Summer is the ultimate freedom. No responsibilities, nowhere you gotta be. You stay up all night, sleep in late, and then when you do wake up, run around all day until the sun sets and your mom calls you back inside. Pool parties and popsicles, sparklers and Kool-Aid, movies like Goonies, Luca, Stand By Me, and especially The Sandlot are prime examples of this kind of summer movie. If I had to pick a movie that was the best representation of summer as a kid, it'd probably be The Sandlot. I feel that despite the fact it's set in the early 60s, it's timeless. Even if you've never picked up a baseball in your entire life, I think everyone can find something to relate to in The Sandlot. The Florida Project also takes a look at childhood in the summer, although its perspective is a little more realistic and depressing. Summer vacation is also a time for growth. It's the period between school years where everyone changes the most as a kid. Everyone comes back to class a little bit older and a little bit changed. That's why summer is such a good setting for coming of age stories. Stories about growing up, starting a new chapter in life. Maybe it's taking your first steps into adulthood before college, like in Adventureland. Sometimes it's falling in love and experiencing heartbreak, like in Call Me By Your Name. Or it's clinging on to the last bit of fun before going off into the real world, as in Dazed and Confused. Which is probably my favorite film I've mentioned in this video. In Dazed, we get the perspective of Randall Pink Floyd, who is going into his senior year and finds himself disillusioned with high school and the general expectations of the adults and world surrounding him. But we also get the point of view of Mitch Kramer, who is going into his freshman year and desperately wants to fit in with the older, cool kids, and Pink sort of becomes a mentor for him. Both of these characters move throughout the various cliques on the first night of summer in 1976, trying to figure out what the next part of life holds for them. And as a kid, that's a lot of what summer is, figuring out what's next, what changes are coming in this new year. It represents the passage of time. And even as an adult, summer will always hold a special place just because of the nostalgic memories that will be with me forever. Pretty much all these movies capture that magic feeling that summer still brings up every time the temperature starts to rise outside. All right, guys, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what is your favorite summer movie or movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.